Hey guys, welcome back to another Cultured Boys discussion. I'm Pepe and I'm joined by Nathan. And today we are back doing our Just Chattins. Yay!
Yay.
This, for those who don't know, this is just me and Nathan shooting the SH1T, as you might say.
you caught
See?
yourself this time.
I was gonna say it. I was gonna say it. I was like, you know what? I could say something else. Oh mate, I've already spoken to Nathan for about 1 minute today before he
Yep.
jumps on this, and he's a tired boy.
I am. As of recording, I have been awake all but about 25 minutes.
Yeah. So his vocal cords are very warmed up. Like he's gonna be singing us some. What are you gonna sing us? Some Rick Astley today? Yeah.
We're no strangers to love.
Okay, then. Okay, cut. No.
Never gonna give you up.
Oh no, I regret every decision. Oh man. Well, Nathan, I've had a very productive morning. I'll tell you
Oh,
that.
I'm glad one of us has.
Yeah. I woke up like what time I wake up today? About 9ish on a Sunday.
Ugh, why?
Um, Wait, no, I think I woke up at 9 and I went back to sleep and then woke up at like 10:30, 11ish.
Okay, I mean
I
that's a
think
little
there's
more reasonable, but still,
yeah,
why so
I
early?
think I think like it was like I actually don't know. Consider I went to bed like 2, 3 a.m. last night. I was kind of just like, I want to try and go and get some stuff done today rather
Mm-hmm.
than just you because usually my Sundays, usually I wake up, call my family or whatever, and then I pretty much jump on this
Yeah.
because usually if if I don't call my family or if they don't call me, they'll probably call me during this. So it's always like, oh, I better like see how they're doing now before they try and get through to me. But I was like, you know what? I need to actually get some stuff done. I need to get some like groceries from the Tesco's and got myself some shampoo and the cheeky little pink Lucozade from the Tesco's. The zero sugar one because boys trying to watch what he's consuming these days.
the the man who got up early and has the energy bought energy, and the man who has been asleep and needs the energy doesn't have the energy. Jeez, I just watched this guy down it all. You haven't done that in
That
ages.
was so unintentional as well. Yeah, I
You ever-
literally just
I haven't,
finished the whole pink Lucozade.
I haven't watched you do that in like a long time.
It's been a while. I mean, for those that don't know, if it comes down to me and like just drinks in general, I drink like a duck. I guess is that the turn of phrase?
I think it
Do
is.
ducks drink? Even wherever the saying may be, I can down stuff really easily,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's always been known to me and Nathan that I just do this, but I subconsciously just finished my whole pink Lucozade
There was
that
like
I just
at
done.
least a quarter of a bottle.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was like about 3/4 when we started. I had a few sips and then yeah, I just pretty much polished it off. It's only subconsciously as well. That wasn't like intentional at all. But yeah,
My God, like
that
legit,
was
I
that.
haven't seen you do that in such a long time. At least I don't feel like I remember seeing you do that in such a long time.
I think this is like this may be my first drink of the day though. I think I didn't have any water today. I literally just went out Tesco's, got myself the Lucasades and a couple other things. And then yeah, got that.
I'm
But
sipping on my bottle of water to speed up the warm up process.
this is an interesting one. Like, so when you're just chilling about the house, then, like, are
Yeah.
you like, is water your main hydration
Yeah,
thing?
pretty
Like,
much.
drinking choice? Yeah,
I mean, I normally start the day with a cup of tea or some sort of
yeah,
like a tea, a coffee, or something. Not because I
yeah.
need the caffeine, but like a hot drink just to sort of like speed up the process of like warming up the voice and whatever. But like normally I would just drink water now.
I mean, this is coming from someone that obviously clearly doesn't drink tea. If you've heard our
Ugh,
previous
disgrace.
podcast,
Such a disgrace.
but I don't get it. I just genuinely don't get it. It's like it's literally hot water with milk and like some leaves in it, and it
Yes,
it don't taste of nothing. It don't taste
it
nothing.
does. You're doing it wrong
What does it
then.
taste? What does it taste of?
It is a symphony of flavors, Pepe. They
No-
mix.
Look,
It
okay,
tastes
I
like
need.
heritage, Pepe.
I, yeah, it tastes like years of colonialism. Is that what it is?
Don't you want to taste
Look,
the colonialism?
it sounds like a really bad advert for a fragrance.
It does. It's it's like the most. It's the most awful advertisement
Yeah.
to, to ever.
British Empire taste the colonialism if they made adverts these days. But like,
Might as well
I
just cut to the chase and just say taste the oppression. Jesus.
it's taste the oppression. We'd make some good PR guys. But like this is I know like this is we've already touched on this in our like food tier listing, the British
Mhm.
snack stuff. But tea is like I just never have gotten it. Like I used to have like I can understand the flavor tea a little bit. Like you know like the like you get those twinings like
Yeah,
strawberry and whatever thing.
I don't
I
drink that,
I
but
I don't but like even then it doesn't really taste like you get the hint of this kind of like strawberry thing, but you don't actually get the full taste of it. It is literally hot water with a hint of whatever in it, like the strawberry thing. So at this point, I'd rather be like, well, let me just get some like strawberry water or something like strawberry flavored water,
I
like the
mean,
Volvic or whatever.
fair. If you can't, for whatever reason, if you can't taste the tea, then I mean that's a different thing than just sort of being like, I don't like
But
the flavor of tea.
I think this is the one thing I don't. Maybe it is the it's just lost on me. I've never like thought of it this way, but okay, look. So your cup of tea, I imagine it's like milk, 2 sugars, maybe?
Single sugar,
Single sugar.
like a little bit of milk, like maybe 5 ml at most.
Yeah, like a builder's tea,
Yeah.
like, if it's, like, kind of like that kinda
That's
it's
exactly
like
how my
standard
tea is
brown,
described,
yeah.
like builder's tea. It's very dark, very
Yeah,
strong. That's how I like to have it. I mean, the other day I poured way too much milk, and I was just like, "Oh fuck! I'm just drinking a cup of
just,
milk here." Fuck, ugh.
you can't undo you can't even undo that
No,
really,
you
can
really
you? That's
can't.
one
I
thing,
mean, you
yeah.
could chuck in another tea bag, but I was like, I'm not wasting two tea bags just for one stupid mistake.
Mm. Okay, so tea-wise,
Hmm.
if you did happen to put like, 2 tea bags in 1 cup of tea, I don't think I've ever heard this before because it feels unnecessary because you just would just let it brew, right, with the 1 tea bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, so does adding a second tea bag to a cup of tea actually influence the flavor whatsoever as a tea drinker?
I mean, technically it would, but it depends on how strong you like your tea as well. Because, like, I mean, it's the same. It's almost the same as adding two of anything that can flavor something,
Yeah.
right? Like one is enough, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, there's the flavor, and then like the second one typically would just make that stronger, yeah. Like so, it's more
Yeah.
forward in that flavor. So a second tea bag would just be
Doesn't
like,
really
okay, now you just got a really strong tea. And to a lot of
yeah.
people, it's just like, okay, why? I don't want a
Yeah,
tea that
it
strong.
it feels like overkill, I imagine, if it was like
It
that
it
kind of
is
thing.
overkill, really, because again,
Yeah.
like something like tea that steeps, you really can't
Mm.
control, especially if you forget to take it out or whatever, let's say, you can't control
Yeah.
how much flavor goes in there. It just happens.
It just yeah, that's it, that's no matter how long
So,
you just get additional,
yeah, you know, so I don't recommend it.
Yeah. Like, okay, this is maybe my tea influence has kind of been swayed a little bit because I also remember like my mind was going through like my process of like my experiences of tea, and the first thing was you've been to Lakeside
Yep,
before in Thurrock in
yep,
down
yep.
south, and do you remember there used to be a Whittard's shop there? You know Whittard's, it's the
Yeah, I
like
know
kind
the
of they do a
shop.
bit
I don't remember where
they
it was,
they do
though.
so it okay so you know where M&S is.
Mhm.
At the like, the ground floor, and then there's a little, like, sweet there used to be the Sweets from Heaven, I don't even know if it's there anymore. And then there used to be, you know, like, bang in the center where all the elevators are?
Yeah.
Like, there used to
Oh,
be
yeah,
a
yeah, okay, I know now. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so there
yeah, yeah.
used to be a Whittard shop there, and me and my family used to go to Lakeside every single weekend. We used to do like our weekly shop in the big Tesco, and then we used to go around Lakeside. That was like what we used to do. And then um I made a habit, right, of going to Wittard's every single weekend and going for their free samples.
Okay, see, now I remember exactly where it is because as a kid, I used to do the same thing, like go for the free
Yeah,
samples. I just
yeah.
never ever looked at what it was called. I just remember it's that
Yeah.
one shop that has the free drink.
Yeah, it was, in it. It was always out the front, and they honestly, I was there every single weekend, and no, like I was like must have been 13, 14 at the time when I was doing this, maybe even younger. And there must have been shift workers there that were there like every Saturday because that's their what they've been
Yeah.
signed up for, and they must have seen this kid turn up around roughly the same time every weekend and just take the free sample, maybe a cup or two, and then shoot off. And it'd be a different flavor every weekend as
Yeah.
well. And the thing is, they pitch this as like a flavored tea, but this is far from a tea bait. This is basically powdered sugar, like with a bit of flavoring
Yeah,
mixed in with
I
water.
do remember
That
it
was
being
not
really
tea.
sweet. I remember that's I think
Yeah.
that's why I liked it because I only ever did that when I was like really little. Like I remember being like 6 or 7 and
Right. Okay.
walking in there to
hmm
get this like because I remember
hmm
like my mum walked in there once to get a free sample
Yeah.
and then I got one and then
Yeah.
like I continued to do it. I'm pretty sure this memory is all the same day. I just kept
Yeah,
going
yeah.
back for more.
Oh, okay, so you just did it.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
I was a 6-year-old, like, I didn't know there's, like,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
etiquette or
yeah.
anything, I just was, like, a
No, no,
little
you
kid.
wouldn't. It's the
Yeah.
same reason I did. Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
I was just a little kid, but, like, I this memory, we were just hanging around near there. I guess my mum must
Yeah.
have been going M&S or something, and I was with someone else, but I just kept walking back in as a 6-year-old and drinking more of the sugar water and just
Yeah.
being like, "Oh,
It's
this is so good."
well, the free samples were always unmanned as well, because
Yeah.
they literally just put them at the front of the shop, and they have the like a thing of little cups,
Yep.
and you literally go there, pour your
Yep.
like small cup of it, drink it, and then throw it in the bin, and then you're off. You don't
I'm pretty
no
sure
intention at all.
I'm pretty
No
sure in this
intention at
memory,
all.
I didn't even like get a new cup, and I don't think I left for a little while. I just stood there
Yeah.
as a little shit, just like
Yeah.
pouring more tea
What
into.
could you do? As a shop worker, though, you can't do shit about that, though. You can't do anything about it.
I mean, yeah, it's a
Like,
free sample. Like,
yeah, you can't stop people from saying. I think the worst they did, although like the only thing they did was like they did like probably put a sign up saying one per customer or something like that, or like one drink. Because I think it did happen where probably myself and probably other people included. I don't
yeah,
think I can't have been the only person that did this either.
oh
Like
no,
I would probably fill a cup and then literally go for another cup straight away. Like, like literally that and then that because you don't get like as a teenager or even as a kid, like you're not gonna go and buy a drink from the random corner
I
shop
mean, yeah.
there.
What also with what money?
Yeah, exactly. So the free Wittard's drink that's there was always a thing. So my experience with tea is basically this sugar water thing, which they said was tea, and that's basically like it. But it is like, basically you put it in a cup of water, you stir it, and then it's like there. That's your flavored drink, basically. Um, and then my only other experience with it is probably like I mean, I drank iced tea, the Lipton's iced tea, but it's not
Yeah,
really doesn't feel like
that's also
tea,
more flavored
really.
sugar water.
Yeah, every experience I had tea, which I actually quite like that, is just sugar water. It's like there's there's no
So
actual tea bags involved at all. Like there's
you're
nothing like.
just not adding enough sugar to your breakfast tea?
But even then, I don't think I'd enjoy it as much because I don't really get the taste of tea. I don't know what an Earl Grey tastes like. I don't know what
I mean, I don't.
breakfast tea tastes like.
I literally only drink English breakfast tea.
Yeah,
Like, the
like
standard, like,
what is the
black tea.
difference?
I mean, there's,
What is the
like
difference between all this? Like,
it's, like, different hints of botanicals, but, like, I just like the basic black tea,
you just go
essentially.
for the standard. Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's all it is, like, English breakfast tea, I just go for the standard, like, black tea
yeah.
with
So
a sugar and some milk. That's it. I don't
can we
need
talk
anything else.
about can we talk about America's, like, sweet teas that they do? You know, like, I don't know if you've ever had it, Nathan, when
I
you go
haven't
into,
actually.
like, a chicken shop or something. Like, I don't even know if Popeyes do it here. It's like, they just have, like, obviously, like, whatever chicken menu, blah, 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 and
Yeah.
then the sweet tea. Like, and it is actually, you might like it. I don't know, you might actually like it because you like the taste of tea, but or maybe you won't, but it tastes of just nothing. Like, it is, like, it is, the weirdest thing because it's like, "Oh, yeah, taste of sweet tea," and you just take a sip of it and you're like, "This is just awful. It's a waste of a drink."
I
Like,
don't
I'd rather just
I don't know that I've had it recently, as in, like, as an adult or, like,
yeah,
modern times. I might have
yeah,
had it when I was a kid and we went to America, like, as a family, but I don't remember. I really don't.
yeah. It's reminiscent of, you remember when me and you went to New York with the
Yeah,
school we went to, and we went into the Mackies, and
yeah.
then we both got the supersized meal, and then I ordered an iced tea, basically. I don't know if you remember this. I
I
ordered a
do remember
supersized
that.
iced tea,
You were
and
disappointed as
I was so
hell.
disappointed because I thought it was like, "Oh, this is gonna be like the peach iced tea that I had
Yeah,
in,
Lipton's and all
like,
that kind of stuff.
and because it was branded Lipton's as well. This is the one thing about it. It was a Lipton's tea that they did,
Yeah,
and
but it's
I
probably the
went,
normal one.
yeah, I think it was, and I had the supersized thing, so I had this massive cup of just like iced tea, which is just awful, and I'd probably compare it to that. Like, I'd say that the sweet teas they do in America are probably likened to that a little bit.
All I've ever heard though is like careful about asking for the sweetened one in certain parts of America because
Right.
you will literally just be receiving sugar. Like some of them put so much sugar, like there's nothing else in it.
I must be imagining things or something because I swear that I think, like, I went to the US like, a couple years ago, and when I straight off got the plane, like, me and my two mates, we went to a place called Zaxby's,
Hmm.
and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try anything that's new here. So I like Zaxby's, very very good chicken place as well. I'd highly recommend it for anyone that makes a trip over to the US. Very very good. Um, but I was like, I'll go for something new. So I'll go for this sweet tea, and I drank it, and I was like, this, this, this is like this is the sugar one, right? I haven't like mistaken anything, and like it literally tastes of like nothing. I don't get it. Maybe I'm spoiled by my Wittards that I've had. Maybe I'm spoiled by like my peach iced tea, but like it's just bad, bro. I don't know.
I don't know.
Uh,
I'd have to try it like now as an adult to have an opinion because I have no
yeah,
frame of reference. Like, I mean,
yeah,
when we went to New York with the school, like I always drank soft drinks at that point in life, so I didn't drink
yeah.
anything else, literally, but like branded soft drinks.
Mm.
Like
I
I got no reference.
Mm. To be fair, I was exactly the same as you. Like, it's all soft drinks basically. I think I had that one massive supersized cup of tea, and I was like, "Fuck this!" I'm just
I'm
sticking
just glad
to.
the supersize I had was a
Mm.
soft drink.
Yeah,
Big
that
mistake,
would have been the wise
but
decision. Like,
I mean, supersize was a mistake in general. Like that, I don't know how big those cups were, but like that was a lot
they they
of.
were big because I feel like they must have been like somewhat under 30 centimeters, like maybe like a good
But
20,
that, I
20
mean,
cent.
like regardless of like
Yeah,
height, they were like
they
wide as well. Like
it is what.
so,
Yeah,
and it's. I was just like, I don't know how much liquid was in there, but I remember like we went to a Burger King and I got one, and I remember having to
yeah,
use it. I had to piss twice in one meal because I was drinking this
yeah.
supersized like Dr. Pepper, and I was like, I mean, I might have got a supersized a couple of times, but it was just like that specific one I remember because like
Yeah.
we were just there for lunch, and I don't know why I didn't expect having a giant cup next to me, drinking the whole thing
Mm.
in one sitting. I wouldn't need to use the bathroom a
That
bunch of times.
yeah.
But I remember going and
Jesus.
everyone's like, "Oh, you got the bladder of a baby or something." I'm like, "Have you seen the fucking
Yeah.
cup I'm drinking out of? Of course I'm gonna
Yeah.
piss a lot. Like, what the fuck are you
The
talking
only
about?"
only thing I remember about Burger King in New York was going there for breakfast and getting the French toast sticks.
I remember getting little hash browns.
You know, hash browns, right? Okay. I don't know, like breakfast in like fast food place in America is like a whole different deal. I feel like I don't think I'd ever get breakfast in any fast food place. One, because I don't wake up early enough to get it unless it's
Yeah.
a very special
That's the
occasion or
main
like
point
I'm
for
going to
me.
the air, like, unless I'm going to the airport or something like that. That's I feel like going to the airport and getting a Mackey's breakfast is always like a hand in hand kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
it really is, isn't it?
um,
Jeez.
yeah, that's just one experience. Um, but, like, even like, I've never gone for a breakfast in, like, a Burger King or something like that. I don't think, it's
I
ever.
Before then, I'd never gone to Burger King for
Yeah,
breakfast, but, like, that's because think about where the Burger Kings are where we grew up. They're not convenient to get to in the morning.
really not, no.
Like, and then think about all the McDonald's you can get to real easy where we grew
Yeah,
up, right?
there's
Of course, there's a reason why you go for a
yeah.
McDonald's breakfast if you could when you were younger, because there's plenty of them
Yeah.
and there were drive-throughs. But all the Burger Kings were like, "Oh, you actually have to park up. You have
Yeah,
to
you
walk
do,
through a
yeah,
shopping center." It's like, "Nah, fuck that."
it's so true, you actually have to go into actual shopping center places or, like, in, like, a shopping districty
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
place,
Like you
like, you'd
actually,
have.
it's an actual mission to get to one. Whereas at McDonald's, you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, on our way to the other place. Oh, there's one. There's one. Like, let's just
Yeah.
fucking go there."
Yeah, I've it's like it's something I completely forget about, like, with that kind of thing, because
Yeah.
you just wouldn't find. I think the only place I know where I'd probably end up getting a Burger King breakfast probably would be, like, in Euston Station, where, like, you have to just get, like, a but then, at that point, to be in Euston Station at that time in the morning, it means that I have to be up early, which means
Yeah.
I've paid for an expensive like, train for that
Yeah,
for that
which
as well,
means you
like,
might
I
have also got a McDonald's before that.
yeah. It's like more like or it's like I just don't fancy like a Burger King. I'll probably end up going to a Starbucks and getting a coffee there or something like that and be like, "That's my breakfast." Like,
Fair, fair. I don't know. At least over here, the
yeah.
way we grew up, like McDonald's
Mm.
breakfast was always like this magical treat, you know?
Yeah.
So like whenever I'm up early enough, I don't think about anywhere else but to go McDonald's and get like a double sausage egg McMuffin meal,
Doubles is the best one.
right?
Like, you get that, you
I
get
mean,
the
yeah,
hash
it's the
brown,
best
yeah,
one, but
sorted, yeah.
also like
Yeah.
I besides the meal, like genuinely, I don't ever think about like, oh, I could go to a nice like calf or something, get a full. I'm like, no, I'm going McDonald's, mate. Getting a
It's cheap and
McDonald's breakfast.
convenient. Yeah, yeah, like I think I'd only like I never go to like a cafe either. Like getting a full English is never on the cards for me unless I'm with people, basically. And like it's like okay, look, we
But it's
need
like
to
it needs to
start up
be
this
a
day. Like
lot
I
of
got
people to convince as well. Like like it's not like with one other person. It's like no, it needs to be like a group of like 4 to 5 people, and at least 3 of those people are like, yeah, let's go to a calf. Because otherwise,
yeah,
like, I find most people would still be like, "McDonald's breakfast? Hey, yeah, fuck it, let's go."
yeah. I've done it like twice for a calf, and I've like in the past what feels like 2 years, and one of them was when I was with you and friend of the show, Matt from Powered Up Couple.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
When it was his stag do,
yeah,
and
yeah,
in the morning we went for like a basically a full English.
yeah.
It's just a bunch of guys around the table doing that. And then the second time was before I got my tattoo done
Oh,
because
okay.
this is my first ever tattoo, and Alex, again friend of the show, um, he was like, "Look," he's had tattoos done before. And he's like, "Look, you need to actually eat a lot of stuff before you go in for this, otherwise you get a faint." And I was like, Jesus Christ, okay. So I literally just like went to a calf, got a full English basically, and just like
I mean, you could
scoffed
have
that
had
down.
2 double sausage egg McMuffins.
I I mean, that is a point. That is a point, but I feel like the double tea bag in a cup of tea.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't think anyone really needs two double sausage egg McMuffins. Like,
no, they don't, but The thought is there.
Yeah. Remember the like, in Japan, they had the mega muffin? Did you have that as
Yeah.
well?
I had
Yeah,
that
where it was
every
like
time. Every time we went into McDonald's for
yeah,
breakfast, like, there you go.
yeah,
There's the only other time we've ever been up early enough for McDonald's
yeah.
breakfast is on holiday because we're like, "Right, up early so we can get some shit
Yeah,
done, make the most of our days, still end up in a
yeah.
McDonald's."
Yeah, it was either that like, honestly, it comes down to Japan, it was either convenience store food or McDonald's for breakfast. Like, I don't unless except for that one day where we went to Nakano and we
Yes.
got pancakes, didn't we?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
like
yeah,
we were
yeah.
like literally the first people in the store because we were waiting for everything to
That was
open.
literally I mean, that was literally our first day there because we were like
It was, yeah.
we didn't know none of us had been to Nakano, like, or the area, so none of us knew, and
Yeah.
we got up early and got there, I think, like, an hour and a half before anything opened.
Yeah, it was really early.
'Cause I just remember we were, like, walking around like, "Oh, man, what do we do? Like,
'Cause I
what do
think
we do?"
we started traveling at 8:30 because like, "Oh, we gotta get as much in the days as
Yeah.
possible," because realistically, when you're in Japan, you wanna get your days, like, jam-packed full of stuff because there's so much to do, especially in Tokyo. Um, so we got up really early, like, got ready, got off, and all that kind of thing, but yeah, I think we must have got to Nakano about 9 o'clock, 8:30 or whatever,
Yeah.
and then we're like, "Oh, okay, there's literally nothing open right now." Even, like, to get into the pancake place, we had to, like, wait for, like, about 30 minutes for it to
Yeah.
open, and then, like so I think we were just literally of course, 2019 us doing freaking Pokemon Go for about half hour
Yeah,
until things could open.
I remember we were sat on a patch of grass for quite a while.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's
Like,
it, like
I don't wanna say it was a park, but there was some grass somewhere, and I remember we were just, like, sat there like, "Okay."
yeah. Yes, we did because, I definitely went into the convenience store at one point and must have got, like, a drink.
Yeah,
Like, I remember the thing you're
I
talking about.
mean,
Yeah, we
to
just
be
sat around
fair,
for a bit, yeah. Yeah.
that whole trip, we lived out of convenience stores. Not because we had to.
Uh,
There was
yeah.
no there was no, "Oh, because we had to." We just chose
No.
to. Like,
Exactly. I mean, the karage at convenience stores, man. I will go on about this every damn time, and everyone's like, but I love that. Like, this, I've had like coworkers as well ask me, like, "Oh, what did you do in Japan? What did you do here?" Like, exactly. And like, what did you do for food? And I was like, gotta be honest with you, convenience store food is one of the best experiences in
oh,
Japan
but
because,
Japan's
yeah,
convenience store food is different, man. It hits different.
yeah,
And we've had, like, episodes of talking about
where we've
convenience
just
store food,
gushed about,
and, like, we can gush forever, right?
yeah,
But, like, it just hits different. It really does.
yeah,
Like, the quality is much different than what you would expect
man.
from, like, a corner shop or a convenience store anywhere else.
No, I always comes down to, like, imagine going to a convenience store here or, like, a corner shop for food, like, for
Yeah.
breakfast.
Like, I
Like,
mean, like
I think it's gonna come down to the days remember when we were in sixth form, like, we used to just go down to, like,
yeah,
and then all I'd come back with is, like, a pepperami, a samosa, and probably a fucking bottle of Snapple because,
yeah.
again, around that time, we were obsessed with Snapple.
Yeah, and the shop down the road sold Snapple.
Yeah. Oh, man, like I don't think
Oh,
I've drunk a Snapple in years,
I
by the
haven't
way.
had one
Like,
in a long time either. I don't know where to buy them anymore.
I don't do they
Can
even
you
do them anymore?
I was about to ask, can you even buy them anymore?
Because, like, I think okay, hold on. So I have a bit of frame of reference here. I was in it wasn't one of those American candy stores, but it was a candy store that did American
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
So it wasn't one of those like because there's a difference I have to say as well because there's like genuine sweet shops in the UK which are like oh look you can get all this and they'll do American sweets, but then there's the other ones which advertise like American sweets or Kingdom of Sweets,
Yep.
which will like just have walls to walls of like Prime and Snapple and well, I don't know if
Yeah,
Snapple possibly, I
it's
don't know.
like
Like
import
and
stuff.
Tuckies and stuff like that. Yeah, and they'll charge you a tenner for each item
Yeah.
because deep down they're money laundering things. That's a whole separate
Oh
issue.
god, yeah, that
But
was a big thing.
yeah, but
Ugh.
I think because I went into one of the sweet stores yesterday, and because I bought a Arizona iced
Oh,
tea
I haven't had one in
because
ages.
because I learned this from you. They're massive cans of
Yeah.
them that they sell in the US. They sell them for a quid or like a dollar. But here they charge 3 quid for it basically.
Yeah, because we
So
have to import
three
them and
times the
blah, blah,
price.
blah, blah, blah.
But I don't mind paying that 3 quid here because that size of those cans, bro,
Bruh,
they'll last
they
you.
are huge.
Yeah, and that's at my rate as well. Like again, going back to the start of the episode, Nathan saw me drink like a 3 quarters of a bottle of Lucozade in the space of like 5 minutes, and half of it was in the space of 10 seconds. um, and like, but an Arizona iced tea, a can of that will like that can last me a full afternoon.
You know what?
Like,
That's one of the only drinks we've ever bought at the same time that I've ever
yeah.
finished before you.
Yeah, because I remember we went back to your house and I still had the can going like the
Yeah, you
whole
you had like
time.
half a can, and I was like gonna chuck
Yeah,
mine away because I'd finished it ages
yeah.
ago.
That was from Lakeside as well,
Yeah,
weren't it? Yeah, we went the whole way to Lakeside back to yours, and I still had the can going of
yeah,
that.
and I
Yeah,
think I finished mine before we even left Lakeside.
yeah,
I think
yeah. Most likely.
I think I finished mine before we got anywhere near like leaving Thurrock.
Where did we buy that, by the way? Was that in B&M or something, or like?
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
Yeah,
Speaking of B&M, I think that's the last place I saw Snapple.
is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think B&M still have them.
B&Ms are so random, because like I think you could go to one B&M in the country and it will be a completely different stock list to another B&M. Like the Liverpool B&Ms are like kind of very similar to Home Bargains, if
Oh, okay.
anything. Like up here, like they sell some interesting stuff, but it's never like that B&M in Lakeside, Thurrock, was completely different to like the one that I have in Liverpool. Well, it feels like it anyway.
I just go there for snacks. Like B&M,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
B&M sells some like sometimes they've got snacks you've not seen before, or
Mm,
like they've got old snacks that you're like, I didn't even know they still make these. And then
yeah,
normally
yeah.
like they normally don't charge extortionate prices. Like somehow it's still like you'll go in there and it'll be like, oh, it's like £1, and you're like, okay, cool. I don't know
Yeah,
how, but I'll buy it. Also, like you go in there, they also often have deals on like energy drinks, which is why I don't go there often because I end up always coming out with energy drinks.
is it? Yeah. I've kind of like had to stop myself from buying any energy drinks recently, but like just because like I've been on the caffeine hype for like a good year now, and I think it's actually as someone that's never really drunk that much caffeine before, it's like, oh shit, okay, I should really stop drinking all this caffeine.
Get on
Like,
my level, Pepe. Get on my level.
what energy drink do you usually go for, by the way? Because I was thinking this the other day that like there's a
I
whole bunch out there, but
normally go for the Monster
pipeline punch.
Pipeline Punch. Sorry, yeah, that one. Pink can. It's fucking.
I
It's
know the
supposed
one.
to be
Wait, the
like
pink one.
it's supposed to be tutti fruity flavor, but it's just I just like it.
Is it a, like, proper pink one?
Well,
I
like
need
there's a couple
to
of pink cans because there's the rose one
yeah.
that's also
I
pink.
mean, maybe I'm thinking of the rosé one. Hold on.
But, like,
Pipeline.
Pipeline Punch is also a pink can, but, like,
Oh,
I just
yeah,
like
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
like the flavor. I used to drink Ripper, the pineapple flavored one,
Yeah.
but,
Oh, I
um
remember that. Yeah, yeah, that was my choice if I had to
but,
choose. Yeah,
yeah, Pipeline Punch is just, like,
yeah.
my go-to.
Like, I'm trying to remember, like, there's this energy drink that, my mate brought round at one point, um, and it was, like, kinda like a ramune flavored
Okay,
one.
interesting.
Like or like it was that kind of thing, and I'm like, I don't remember what the frick the name is of it, which is really gonna annoy me now. It is like kind of like pictures a healthy energy drink. No, okay, hold on. I think it's called Noco.
No, I never heard of that one.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, oh, what flavor is it? Jesus, I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole now as well, and, because there's a whole range of these Noco drinks, and oh, this is gonna be funny as well because I think it's actually kind of like tea infused as well somehow.
Wow, so now you do drink tea as long as it's ramen
Energy
flavored and
drink, yeah.
energy drink.
So it's called okay, yeah. So it is called Noco, and it's called
Never heard of it. I've literally never heard. I don't think I've heard of this. I need to Google this.
Yeah,
C5.
Ramonade is called. Hold on. I'm gonna try and show you a picture here, Nathan.
No code.
Well, okay, I say like sugar-free carbonated, no carbs come. So it's this thing.
I've never seen that before.
So I'd never seen it before either until my mate brought it up,
Where do you
and
even buy
like,
these?
so I can't find them in Tesco's. I haven't seen them anywhere. The only place I've seen is at WH Smith's.
Oh, I'm definitely never buying these then. When the
Yeah, like
what?
it was so random, like because I was trying to find because it tastes really good as well,
Like, whoever
and
ends up in a WH Smith outside of a service station.
right. There's one in the Liverpool station up here, and that's the only time I'll ever go in there is to
That's what
get
I'm
like
saying
a
though. Like,
random cold drink.
unless
Yeah,
you're driving somewhere and you stop at a
it's
service
traveling. Yeah,
station or you're on the train or something, whoever really
yeah.
actually ends up in a WH Smith anymore.
Honestly, I don't think I have been in one in years because I think maybe when I was looking for a magazine at one point, like
Oh god.
because it had like a
You're so old,
like
man.
that's
Who
the
reads magazines?
um. Why was I looking for the magazine? What was I think it might have been like I didn't buy it. That's one thing as well. I definitely
You
haven't
didn't
bought a
buy it, so
magazine in
you
ages 'cause
walked in, read it, and then just left.
oh, it's either that or I didn't find it.
Probably didn't find it. I'd like
I
to
don't
believe you didn't
yeah,
find it.
because you
Although,
know what I'm like. When I go into a
yeah.
shop to buy something, I'll probably buy it unless it's like, actually, no, it's too expensive. I'll go back, which is also an option that could have happened. Oh man, but like, yeah, I don't think I bought a magazine in years. I think probably last one I probably bought was like a Nintendo official magazine, and that's saying something because that went
Wow.
out of publication in 2013.
Yeah. I think the last time I was in a WH Smith is because, funny enough, it had the post office in it and I needed to ship something. That was it.
It
And
makes
that
sense.
was years and years ago.
That's what it is. That is literally what it is. You only go into WH Smiths if you need to post something because they're just twin now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like most WH Smiths are twins with post offices. Jeez, like
Yeah. That
I'm
was
trying
it.
to think.
I just needed to go to the post office. And I was already like in town.
I mean, this is the one thing as well because people used to go to WH Smiths for stationery as
Stationery,
well.
books,
But like, I
magazines
mean,
again, yeah.
books like you could put like you'd go to Waterstones if you had the choice. I think these days, if you had needed a
Well,
book
it
like in
depends though,
person.
because like Waterstones back in the day, I mean, still is, but like at least for me, like I used to go WH Smith because they were a little bit cheaper than
Okay,
Waterstones,
yeah,
and also because Waterstones isn't as close as the local WH Smith. Like without
yeah.
obviously
Oh
getting,
yeah,
without
yeah, yeah,
getting
yeah.
too
No,
far in
no, no,
doxing,
yeah,
like you know where
yeah,
the
yeah.
local WH Smith is.
I mean, the nearest Waterstones to you must be Lakeside, right?
Yeah, I'd have to go a distance for it, like which is
Yeah,
the
yeah, you have to literally pay a toll
yeah, I have to
to
go
get
out of my way to get a book, of which is
yeah,
already going out of my way because I don't read books or
because
want a book.
and if you wanted one, you just go on Amazon to get it because it gets delivered to your house the next day,
Exactly.
basically. Like,
Exactly.
I would love to say like support your high street store, but I'm guilty as fuck for just ordering shit off Amazon all the time.
I mean, I would also order a lot of stuff off of Amazon still, but
Yeah,
I don't have money, so
there we go.
you can't take what you don't have.
I mean, to be fair, like I'm just trying to save as much money as possible these days because I've like just been spending a shit ton,
Oh,
and I
bro,
need to just like,
I need to save money. There's like so many trips and stuff that are coming up that I got to save money for. Ridiculous. Did I tell you I might be going to Japan next year?
yeah, like, well, I feel like this is something that comes up like every
No, but like
couple months. It's like,
this is like this is getting further than any other discussion before.
right, okay, yeah, where are you about to be heading?
Oh, well, that's the thing, isn't it? Like obviously flying to Tokyo,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's depends on how long we're there for and who's coming
Mm,
because it sounds like it's
mm.
a really big family trip,
Oh wow, okay, that's nice.
like really big. I think most of my mum's side of the family are coming.
That'd be really cool. That's
It would be
nice.
really cool, but the thing is like, you know how many cousins I have, and so many of them are probably gonna be like, "Oh, hey, where are you going? Can I come with you?" And I'm like, "Well, I was only gonna be in Tokyo for 2 days for this week, and
Mhm.
then I was gonna bounce around because by this point it's the third trip, so I'm like, I want to go places, but now I'm like, I've also spent years watching YouTube videos like abroad in Japan and stuff, so now I'm like got ideas, right? So now I'm like, well, I want to hit this prefecture and I want to go there and I want to go there and I want to go
Yeah,
there. And I'm
yeah.
like, if I have to wrangle six other people and I don't know exactly what they want to do and they don't know because they've never been, I'm like, maybe you shouldn't follow me because like it might not be that fun to be like, oh,
Yeah.
we've spent a couple days in Aomori, a couple days in Hokkaido, a couple days here and a couple
Yeah.
days there. You know what I mean? Like maybe for them it'd be better to be like, right, I'm just gonna pick one or two places, spend like a week here, a week
Mhm.
there, go back to Tokyo, fly home. For your first trip, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Are you only planning to spend a week there then? Like, is that like,
oh no, 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 no. Like, come on, man.
yeah.
It's expensive to go out there. It's expensive to go anywhere. If I'm
What if he's
going,
gonna accidentally lose his passport and he's gonna just stay there for the rest of his life?
oh, don't say that.
Just be
Don't say that. I'm not. I have to come. Pepe knows what I do for work, and I'm scared to leave for just a week.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Fair, fair,
Like
fair.
our upcoming trip that I won't speak more of. I am scared to shit about leaving for a week.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, you need a break every now and
Yeah,
then.
I
So,
understand that, but
like everyone needs
the
that kind of
the
stuff.
Japan trip is even more scary because that's probably going
Yeah.
to be at least 3 weeks. But I would still, how we do, still end up taking pictures and shit, like be on socials and
Yeah, yeah.
whatever.
Go on, go all the Pokemon centers, and considering there's a lot more Pokemon centers as well than there were when we
Believe
last went.
me, I will.
Yeah, man, I think you just gotta be wary of not going hard on the Pokemon cards this time, even though they're cheap. Like,
I
I think, yeah,
I can't though, because if I'm going with my family, then when it's like the side eye, they're like, really, and you're like, no, I'm not buying Pokemon cards. Shut up.
I think you'd have to. Like, I mean, I think it's one of those ones where it's so good to get them because they're so cheap, but at the same time, it's like I I don't know what you've done with your Pokemon cards, but mine are just sat in a drawer right now, and like I think the closest thing I have is probably this shiny one that I put in a little like frame here, like, and that's it, and
um,
that's like it's a shiny Buzzwole that I got, and like I kind of just put it in the thing because it's there. Like, where are your Pokemon cards?
I thought I had some in my desk, but they might be buried under some stuff.
Exactly. This is the one thing with it is that I think it was such a like cool thing collecting them, but like I just didn't end up doing anything with them. And I think I just if I were going to go into Pokemon cards these days, I just want to collect the ones that like I want and get specific cards. You know what I mean? Like because there's like a Sudowoodo like full art that I'd want. I don't know. I probably just order that online. To be fair, how much is a Sudowoodo full
Uh,
art?
I mean, I think the plan at the moment is to do some of my Japan trip bucket list stuff.
Hmm.
So go to the Pokemon centers, which luckily means that I get to revisit some places because there's one in Kanazawa apparently, which is great because I
Mm.
actually really wanted to go back
Uh, yeah, yeah.
because it was lovely there.
So chill, weren't it? I love that
And
place.
so I get to go back there, which means I get to one, go to that new Pokemon Center, two, go back to that market that we went to. And even though we spent a lot of time there because it was raining, we actually didn't eat or explore
We
too much of the food options there, which is a big shame because there's so much there that we missed.
Yeah, yeah. I think, like, there's some points where there's, like, quite long queues
Yeah.
for, like, croquettes and stuff like that, and we're like, "Oh, well, we don't know how long we wanna queue for," so we just, like, swerved it sometimes.
We also missed out on getting some cheap Wagyu there. I know I've told you that before, but it turns
Yeah,
out
yeah.
Kanazawa has their own Wagyu, and we missed out on the chance of eating some there.
I mean, that's why the second trip's gonna be good, so you can just get that
Yeah.
Wagyu again. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like do the bucket list stuff and also just go to places I've not seen yet. Like I really, really want to go to Hokkaido. I hear it's like lovely up there.
If I went back to Japan, I'd wanna go Hokkaido.
Yeah,
That's,
right.
like,
Like
one of the top things on my list, yeah.
I feel like after everyone watched all these like videos and stuff, Hokkaido is like just like a big place to go because it looks like a fun place, like it's got a nice vibe and It just
Mm.
like the scenery is beautiful.
It's a completely different vibe to Tokyo, which is exactly what you'd want, really. Yeah.
Although saying that, still, I'd still end up in like Sapporo.
I mean,
Like,
yeah. I think the only place that I kind of regret not spending more time in is Osaka, weirdly enough, because I always saw it as like, oh, there's it's just another kind of Tokyo, a big city kind of thing.
nah, the vibe is so different there. That's the
But
thing.
it's one of those ones where like I regret not going to the food market stuff there, like because I didn't really visit that as
That's
much.
one of the things I want to do because I went there, but like I was there, I ate one meal and then I
Mm.
left. I didn't do
Yeah,
any exploring, and that's such a shame.
yeah. I think that's my one regret with it because considering like both you and I, like we're pretty much like foodies when we go to these
Yeah.
places these days as well. Like, I mean, before, I mean, I think I don't know if you felt the same way, but when you first go to Japan, it's like, oh, I want to buy this thing, I want to buy this thing, I want to buy this thing,
Yeah.
like all the like merchy kind of thing or stuff you'd never be able to get. And I think my first trip, I was very like, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. But my second trip, and even like whenever I go again next, because I definitely will go again, like, I think it's just focusing on food and maybe, like
Food and experiences, innit? Like, that's the
yeah,
thing. Like, our
yeah.
second trip really was like, we still bought stuff, but we weren't going ham on it. And it really
Nah.
was about like seeing and doing things rather than
Yeah.
like, oh, let's go to Aki and like buy everything.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one thing, and, like, even though we did go to Aki and me and you both spent a whole day
Yeah, I
in
mean, we
Aki.
we went to Aki and we did buy everything, but
But I mean,
that was
yeah.
the last thing we did, essentially.
It was literally yeah, it was. I literally, like, used all of my money on, like, out there. I remember that, like, it was like, yeah, all my cash is just, like, gone there.
Like,
God,
it's not that we don't do that stuff. It's just we know now to like, it's not that important, so we do it later in the trip rather than spend
exactly.
like the first few days doing all of that, and then you're like, right, so what's next?
Yeah, I'd love to go back to Japan again, but I just don't have the money for it at
Yeah.
this point, and, like, it'd probably be a fair few years in the future before I end up going again.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
one thing for sure that I have to do, even if I have to cancel out a bunch of other plans, USJ Super Nintendo World.
Oh,
I
of course!
cannot,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
cannot
yeah.
go and not go there.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, don't you? Like, I think it's just a completely missed opportunity if you don't.
Like,
Like,
honestly, it would be. And so that's probably one of the biggest things on my list, which then
yeah.
also helps because that's down in Osaka, which means I can hang around in Osaka for a few days,
Yeah, there you go. That's a good
Stay in
one.
USJ and then go out and explore and hang out in Osaka, go to Doten
Yeah.
and eat a bunch of stuff. Find Osaka's version of Aki. I can't remember what it's called, but they also have like a whole sort of like anime-ish area,
Ah, okay, yeah.
like lots of merch stores and stuff. So like want to go find that. I hear Kobe's pretty good, quite nice. So
Yeah, yeah.
like there's plenty of stuff to do. So for Osaka, I probably would like I don't know 2 or 3 days there. You know.
There'd be so much I wanna do at this point if I went, like so, yeah, I think I'd be very spoilt for choice, I think, and I think at that point, it would come down to how much I have to spend rather than
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I wanna do this, I wanna do this." It'd be everything would be cut down because I can't afford that, so I can't do it, basically.
Pepe, save your money and then meet me over there.
By next year, I don't think I'd,
God damn it, Pepe.
but, no, mate, I'm very jealous, of you, and, hopefully all goes to plan if I know you said, like, it's still, like,
I hope so
yeah,
too, because I'm
yeah.
definitely gonna bombard you with pictures.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, and to be fair, I will be living vicariously through it. And if you end up in that ramen shop in Kyoto,
Kyoto.
if you end up back in
Oh,
Kyoto, like I think that's the only
I
like
feel
thing.
like
If I ever
that'd be
went
the
back to Kyoto,
only reason I would go. Yeah, it's just to get that ramen, and I'm like, cool, I'm out.
because realistically, although I loved Kyoto, I love the culture there. I think it's so like it's such a good vibe in Kyoto. I think both you and I have done pretty much everything that we would
Yeah,
want to do there. I think that's the only thing. Like, I think the only reason, like you said, the reason why I would go back would be because I'd want to go back to that ramen shop.
Oh, that ramen shop and, I think you know that omurice place? The one you always see.
Omurice place.
Yeah, you know the one you see all the time online? That one guy that, like, makes the omurice
Oh,
and he cuts it and it's like the omelet basically looks like it melts and he, like, puts on a whole show. Like, I think his that guy's shop is in Kyoto. That's the
yeah.
only other reason I would go, because
I,
like,
have
you
you
know,
had omurice before?
um, kind of, not in Japan. Do you remember last time we went Coco Curry? I kinda had an omurice. Kind of.
God, you did, didn't you? Yeah, that was.
That was delicious.
Was it? Was it?
That was great. Like, if we went Coco Curry again, I'd probably get it again.
I just want to go Coco Curry again, man. That's like it's just a thing in general.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to. Like, this place, this country needs more Coco Curries,
Every time we've hung out since it opened, I think we've gone every time.
bro. It's because like it's so easy to get to from where you are,
Yeah.
and it's mate. I kind of just want to go down. I'm not down in London for ages now as well. This is the problem. Like, I ain't.
I don't think I could afford it either, to be fair.
Yeah, oh, mate. The thing is with Coco Curry as well. Like, I love it, but I always order roughly the same thing each time anyway, because I love my combination of what I have, and it's the spicy curry, like not a 5, but maybe a 4,
Yeah.
uh, with Finny strip beef,
Yeah.
the chicken katsu with cheese and a load of rice, and it is so spot on. I love that combination so
Yeah, but I
much.
mean, like, curry, like, Japanese curry is like a comfort food kinda thing, so, like, I don't blame you.
Yeah,
You find the thing that you like, and then you're like, "That's it. I don't need anything else."
because
Because again, it's comfort food, like, that's what makes you happy,
yeah,
innit? Like,
I think all the other stuff that I'd wanna chuck in and be like, "Oh, I like this," but, like, I know what I love. It's like a Subway, you know what I mean?
yeah.
You could customize a whole bunch of things and be like, "Oh, I haven't tried this, maybe I'll try this time." But you know what your favorite's gonna be. Like, you
Yeah.
know what it is gonna be, and that is, like, man, that's my order from Coco Curry, man.
I
I wanna
mean
go Coco Curry, man, like, I'm 100% gonna order, like, a curry tonight, but obviously not Japanese, it's probably gonna be a normal one. But, that's my plans this
I
evening.
mean, it's funny you
Like,
mentioned that I am actually having a curry tonight, but
what
no,
cu what curry are
I'm
you
having
having?
Thai green curry tonight.
Ooh, okay, yeah, that's nice.
So,
Love that.
I still get
Yeah.
it's not the same, but I still get a nice
Mm.
curry, so, you know?
Like me a good curry. Is there anything else you wanna say, I guess, before we wrap this up, Nathan? Because it is getting close to,
Nah, because I feel like
yeah.
we could just go on and on and on about whatever,
Yeah,
like, so
yeah.
it's
Oh,
probably
man.
best to just, like
Let's end it there on the like, man, I tell you what, I'm gonna go away now. I'm just gonna, like, get my curry order prepped. That's all it's gonna be. I gotta do, like, some chores around the house, and I'm gonna reward myself with that freaking curry. But what a brilliant Sunday. What a brilliant way to spend a Sunday.
Yeah.
But yeah, sweet. Well, thank you for listening to us ramble on, guys. Leave your thoughts in the comments below on anything we've talked about. We talked about a lot of stuff today,
Yeah.
but
Oh my god.
but thank you for listening. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button for Cultured Boys videos in the future. Check out the links in our description. We've got our links to our X and all our podcast platforms there. And we'll see you next time for another Cultured Boys episode. Bye bye.
Bye.